So today I'm pretty much just putting the other part of the power supply on my space station. So we'll see how that really goes. This has kind of been the first installation of me actually trying to do any space station type stuff. So like having to do docking in space while orbit around Kerbin. So that's kind of been interesting. But definitely compared to the first time trying to do it, I've significantly improved, which is pretty big for me. I mean, so yeah, whatever. Just setting my audio stuff so I don't fucking have to hear the constant feedback from myself, because that gets really annoying real quick. Oh, I forgot I made a copy because I was kind of crashing my space station through the atmosphere just because I wanted to see how it would fare during reentry. I was actually pretty impressed. The only things that really broke during reentry was, of course, the solar panels, because, well, they're solar panels and you're going 2,000 meters per second through the atmosphere, so whatever. So this is pretty much the one of the power supply pieces that I put up yesterday. Uh, so I'm just going to literally put the same one just on the other side. The only pain in the ass is I have to rotate it just enough so when I expand the radiators as well as the solar panels, it doesn't hit some of the other stuff that's already attached to the space station. So that kind of was a pain in the ass yesterday, just because every time I tried to dock, anytime I tried rotating it, I'd somehow accidentally hit one of the stupid thruster buttons and send me in a different direction. I was actually really concerned that I was going to run into the piece of the station and actually break it. That would have that would have been a real pain in the ass, because then I would have had to redo the whole thing. Because I don't have any mods for me to like save and go back, so that would be a pain. Downside of this is this rocket gets super floppy, as you can already tell. I didn't really try too much when it came to stabilizing it at all. I'm kind of just letting it do its thing. Um, and honestly, it's a little bit more delta than I actually need. It's kind of just doing it more for speed than anything. Now it's getting way more floppy than it usually is getting. I'm already at 50. Oh, shit. Well, this may be bust. Alright, I'll just cut off. I'll actually deploy that, turn on RCS, set it to prograde orbit so I can go into the right degree that I need to go. And now that my altitude's getting higher, the RCS will actually play a role. So you know what, I'll just wait a little bit for me to get higher so the RCS actually has an impact. Kind of had to do this yesterday. Oh wow, my trajectory is real off. I'm gonna have to make some significant adjustments. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I have plenty of fuel still, so I never even really have to use the last stage. I kind of almost just have it for the sake of having it, just in case something happens like that. So you know what, this might actually be the first time it comes in handy. I'm going to try to adjust my orbital plane. Wow, this is... Oh, gosh. See? I'm still pretty good at making stupid little mistakes like that. I'm going to have to turn this off because I'm getting way too floppy. And I forgot to turn down the gimbal so I can actually control what I'm doing rather than just getting super floppy and going out of control. Alright. So that's not terrible. See, definitely salvageable. And set as target. Okay, 4%, or 4 degrees. It's not bad. Percent, what the hell am I saying? Just going to adjust a little bit, see if I can bring that down naturally while I'm trying to push out my parapsis. Alright. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to round out my orbit, so I'm going to keep it on prograde. Actually, how am I doing on mono? Yeah, I've got plenty. Never really have an issue with mono. Actually, I kind of pretty go overboard just because I generally go overboard with everything because I love to make mistakes. So, gonna warp here. It's kind of difficult to warp when you're so low because I think I'm only at like 75, not even. All right. Come on. This is just wasting time. I don't know if you guys can hear, but my cat is being extremely vocal. It is in high desire of attention. Come on. See a little more altitude so I can actually do some... There we go. Alright. Alright, I'll cut right here. Do RCS burn. I'm just gonna keep it on because, like I said earlier, I have more mono propellant than I actually need in any way. I'm just trying to round out just so it makes it easier to try to do a try to get within range. You know what? And while I'm here, I'm gonna fix my node. And I do this literally just for sanity checks to make sure, because I don't know why. Sometimes I really like to forget that I either need to do normal or anti-normal. Up here and cut off. That's fine. RCS over. All right. Good. Okay, that's perfect. I need to get back to prograde. What's going on? Oh, it's because the RCS is going off. I was wondering why the distance was rotating, but I forgot my RCS is on. And the further you're out from the orbit, the more that gets adjusted per your RCS burns. Seems like I'm going to have to cut this early. I'll probably be on again later, but duty calls.